I'm gonna be able to move our golf cart just a teensy weensy little bit. Thank you, Olivia. Hello, come one, come all, internet willing that is, to a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. My oh my, Eurasian lynx beauty, as if you couldn't get more beautiful. Contrast that marvelous beauty that you have against some falling snow here in northern Minnesota, and that certainly elevates an already beautiful cat named Beauty into something even more beautiful. Hey everyone, Judson here. I got Olivia here at my side as well.
Hello, hello.
Glad to see some folks filing into the chat here. Jeannie Curry, Paul Stringer. Hey Sarah Blumberg. Hope all is well. Happy hump day. On bar loss. We're back. Lisa Parker saying winter has arrived in Sandstone. I think that's Lisa on the ground. Certainly we have obviously some snow falling here. But tomorrow we're getting a dose of kind of some true northern Minnesota January temperatures, some kind of single digits looking at the extended forecast. So winter really is arriving. Jeannie Curry, Ohio is online. Glad to have you with us, Jeannie. Kendra Ditto is here saying hi to Olivia. Paul saying hi to Olivia.
Hello, hello.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, Patricia A. saying hi to everyone here, including Beauty. Here's Maria P. Sarah Blumberg saying it's just super cold where you are. Happy Wednesday, Deborah R. And truth to tell, everyone, it's 2:12. We've had a busy day. I'm going to have Olivia kind of elaborate on that in a moment. But I was just spending, we were just spending our time battling with the Wi-Fi in Pride Prairie. We were wanting to do a live post with the Ukraine Pride. They were having a pretty quiet snow day inside. Gino was joining him in his respective indoor bedroom, and we were looking to do a nice little lion inside live post, but the internet was not willing. So nonetheless, glad to spend some time. Would be smaller in stature, but just as large of a personality as the Lions of Pride Prairie. So maybe, just maybe, we might not do the animal care center, and in the prep room, we're going to kind of stay put. So let's see what's happening in the comments, Olivia. Oh,
Maybe? Okay. Are we back?
oh, let's see. It's dealing with this internet is enough to make me go hog wild. With the 5 watts spanking me, then my oh my, I just might hang up my hat for the day. Maria P saying the internet disappointed on Monday too. Ooh, I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing disappointment from our followers stemming from a darn technical issue, but at least we can default to that. But nonetheless, it's still frustrating. Let's find some greener pastures in this white.
Yes.
In this white sanctuary here.
Pasture.
Yeah. But welcome back, everyone. We are happy to be live with everyone today. Seems like the internet's trying to get the best of us, but we are not going to let it get the best of us. Coming a little bit closer to where the internet's being distributed from. And maybe, just maybe, that will help us out. And it's looking like it is Cougar Cuddle Puddle time. I'm not seeing one.
I'm not seeing anyone,
one long brown tail. No ears perking up, which means that maybe, Olivia, you can radio. We can go in and check in on a Cougar Cuddle Puddle. Usually the internet holds fast when we go inside.
Maybe you can talk about today.
That's right, I will. I was just kind of looking at some comments here. And it's been a busy day here at the Wildcat. Well, it's always busy at TWS, and One thing that you heard Tammy mention last week during her Wildcat wrap-up is very simply that the Wildcat Sanctuary is celebrating 25 years of operation. 25 years, of course, founded by our fearless Tammy, creating the Wildcat Sanctuary 25 years ago and helping make a difference in an almost innumerable amount of cats' lives. So one thing that we did today is obviously, you kind of heard Tammy celebrating the organization itself and its accomplishments and how your support has allowed us to do that. But as well as us wanting to make sure that we're celebrating the person herself, Tammy. So that we did that, and we had ourselves a good old potluck, and Tammy shared some favorite memories of hers from the last 25 years, as well as us kind of paying our own special tributes to the impact that she's made on us. So that was fun, and I know that many of you were maybe asked to send a card to Tammy, so I want to thank you for those who mailed cards in to help Tammy celebrate her 25 years of running the Wildcat Sanctuary.
It's so amazing. It's really amazing.
It very much is so. And so I'm going to interject on myself, and we have officially entered the indoor building of Cougar Cove. Here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, your support affords our rescue so many things. One of those things being a large free-roaming habitat that is attached to a temperature-controlled indoor space. So here we are in the Central Animal Building. I, of course, was just looking out onto the Five Wild Group's habitat. That's Langley, who we saw in her bed there. That's going to be Mr. Noah and Denoma in their room over here.
No.
Well, thank you for that chirp, Mr. Noah.
That's sweet.
That was a good chirp. And he says, let me survey the things outside and show everybody how I have 24/7 access.
Look at that tail, Denoma.
Exactly. So here we are giving a great example of what it's like for our cats when they have choices and when they have the choice to go outside and go inside. And Denoma showing how he's got the choice just to lay back, take in a nice fresh bed of hay there. That's certainly been warmed by his companion Noah. I wouldn't be surprised if Langley was also cozying up with those boys. But love coming in and checking on these indoor spaces, because certainly with it being the winter months in northern Minnesota, cats like cougars, who really do like the snow and the cold, well, they still want a space to get inside as well. And this is their indoor bedroom. We don't bill it as an indoor habitat. There's no foliage growing or grass on the floor. Very simply, it's an indoor bedroom for a cat like Miss Langley here, her companions Denoma and Noah, to come in and just have an alternative and, more importantly, temperature-controlled space that's sheltered from the elements. And so, let's see who we have here. Beauty. Obviously, we started out the live post with Miss Beauty, and she is having a blast hanging out outside doing whatever a Eurasian lynx like her would want to do. Here's the one and only Brianna. And I'll quickly kind of just show her full room here. We're still going to make sure that she has things like enrichment, various places to elevate herself, various places to get comfortable. And as you can see, that top, the highest spot in her room, this hanging hammock, is going to be probably her favorite hangout spot, as well as Ramsey, who's in the room over. So Ramsey and Brianna living together. Well, of course, if they want some alone time from one another, they have access to 2 bedrooms that are attached to that habitat. So you'll see Ramsey right over here, looking rather stoic as always.
I love coming in here, Judson, because every time I turn Ramsey has been enjoying his indoor space more this winter, and he always has this look on his face. We joke that he's a wizard.
Yes.
He's casting spells.
Very wizardly looking.
Yes.
Ziggy, or not Ziggy, I called that's Olivia's dog. But Ramsey, I think he also looks, and I mean this in a very flattering way, Ramsey. I think he looks very owl-like.
Yes, that's a good.
But with Ramsey, with one thing about owls, I think of being wise, and I think you really kind of emanate that wise seniority energy, Mr. Ramsey.
Especially when he's on a platform like that. He does look like an owl. I like that comparison.
Chizzy's asking, what temperature are the indoor bedrooms? And so that's a great question, Chizzy, and one that you know, is one that, you know, maybe I should make a point of wanting to answer more, because it's something that's rather important when these cats have both an indoor space and an outdoor space, and for those spaces to be at such radical. Here's, looks like Quincy of the Three Wild group wondering why they're.
Tacoma.
Is that Tacoma? No, is that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sticking to my
the
guns
longer
on this
nose,
one.
the longer nose, I'll give you. It probably is Tacoma. Yeah, it's the longer nose, and he's got a little bit different of a head shape. 1 point to House Olivia.
Thank you.
Is that we don't want the temperature change for the cats to be so drastic that it could potentially hurt them. If the cats are going from a really warm temperature to a really cold temperature from inside to outside, it actually can increase the chances of them getting pneumonia. So on average, the indoor buildings during the winter are going to be hanging out around that 55 to 50 degree mark, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, that is. So not so much the human temperatures that we might get in the animal care center, where it's going to be, you know, kind of keeping that thermostat at the 70s. It's going to be hanging out in the mid 50s here in the central animal buildings. And that again is for the cat's safety. Of we're giving them a nice, humane and warm space, but we don't want that temperature fluctuation to be too drastic, as it increases the risk of these cats developing pneumonia.
And it's very comfortable in here, especially compared to outside.
Yes, very, very comfortable indeed. And what's also worth mentioning, and is so cool, is that the floors are heated. The floors have heated water running through them. Hey, Mr. Denoma. And oftentimes, a cat like Denoma, you can see behind him, we're going to give him all types of straw, all types of bedding. Well, Mr. Denoma, we all know cats. They are as smart as a whip. And we'll see many of them, particularly some of the tigers, they'll kind of sweep away the bedding because they know if they get right down on that floor, it's going to be the most direct way to get a nice warm cat butt. And there's Bob Capriana, admittedly.
Giving me the classic Bob Capriana.
I was going to say, giving me a stare that I am not unfamiliar with here at TWS. I love it when our rescues know just how much they're entitled to, from their privacy to the type of space that your support affords them. And for Brianna to know that in absolute confidence that she is the boss, it's just hilarious.
Ramsey.
Ramalam, he says, yeah, I'm looking out the window. And he says, this isn't too bad of a spot. I got a window here, and it kind of gazes across both yards. He can see the hallway that leads Beauty into her indoor bedroom right here. He's got a good vantage point too that'll actually allow him to see into the cheetah yards. And as you can tell, no cheetahs in their bedroom. Wouldn't be right if they didn't leave a little cheetah poop in their bedroom.
Yes.
But those boys and gal, Kitu, Lavani, and Aaron, you know, they're in separate habitats but have some custom dens that have been added to both yards. So knowing that they have, boom, this awesome indoor space that we've been talking about on this live post, but something unique in their yards, which is going to be those customized heated dens. Actually laid electric underground for these den boxes, and a really awesome addition, as we thought it'd be better for the boys who typically snowbird during the winter, since their time here at Sanctuary, for them to have that space here still in Cougar Cove, but for us to modify it and make sure that it would be the best that it possibly could be for them. And Ramsey and Olivia, it looks like I've kind of scared everyone away here. But good to see Ramsey. I think I can go back to get a glare from Miss Langley here.
Langley's been hanging out.
Langley has been hanging out. And one thing that we often don't point out, that I'm getting a good vantage point of it here, is Langley has kind of some unique shaped ears. I think oftentimes Langley is a part of the Five Wild group, originally made up of 5 cougars, now only 3. But if you're looking at Langley and a cougar who might not have stripes, might have spots, a little bit harder to distinguish the physical characteristics, you know, than a lion or tiger. When they look at Langley, we all know the cowlick, that little curl of hair she has on her back. But one other tool that I use is looking at the ear shape. She kind of has a little bit more pointed ears, and you know, a little bit more smaller too than her surrogate siblings, as well as that head shape's going to be a little bit smaller too, Miss Langley. But I just love how clean and perfect that white muzzle is too. And I was just kind of zooming in on Miss Langley there, but as you can see, this is her in her indoor bedroom. And we've talked a lot about what these indoor bedrooms are, why they're important to our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, why the Wildcat Sanctuary is one of the only accredited sanctuaries to have indoor spaces for every single one of our cats. And of course, how that is, one of the many tiles that falls into place that comes together to create the TWS mosaic, Langley. It's just amazing what our supporters allow for us to do here. So Olivia, typical of me at least holding the phone for the live post, I just keep on filibustering and talking and talking and talking. So I always want to apologize for that, and it looks like we did get a live post in.
I know, I'm really glad we did.
We were getting a little beat up by the internet, Langley. We wanted to check in with the Ukraine Pride. I don't know if the internet was allowing that to get across, but wanting to check in with the Ukraine Pride, they were all truthfully kind of having a pretty quiet snow day inside. So the internet got the best of us there.
We'll post them on our stories though.
Exactly, and hey, we're always going to try, and technical difficulties aside, we won't let it get the best of us now, will we, Miss Brianna? Even though I give our internet that type of death glare almost on a daily basis. So hey, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I mentioned briefly too that we celebrated Tammy herself and the 25 years of founding and creating the Wildcat Sanctuary here. So definitely leave a fun little message for her in the comments and congratulating her for 25 years. And don't forget that you certainly are playing an integral role in creating the Wildcat Sanctuary to have become what it is after 25 years, and man, oh man, keeping it powering on for years to come. So Torben, look at that, 200 stars as we conclude the live post. Thank you for that, Torben. Thank you. I'm hearing a little more.
I was wondering if we were going to get a cuddle, but I don't know if we will.
I was hearing
They were thinking about it.
Yeah, a little more cougar rustling from the one and only Denoma. And Denoma says, I don't mind humans, but I'll tell you what, I really like humans who come bearing chicken pieces. Who come bearing chicken pieces, and I didn't come bearing any chicken pieces. And it looks like
I think everybody else is outside.
Yep, the three wild doing their thing. So awesome. Well, sweet. Wednesday, everyone, halfway through the week. We still have some interns to introduce to you. There's a lot of new faces here at the Wildcat Sanctuary in the best way possible. So my immediate intern included with a host of hardworking and dedicated animal care interns. So we still got a lot to knock off this week, but nonetheless happy to get a little check-in with the folks and the cats today. Olivia, want to sign us off here?
Sure. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.